This is Tommy Watt for TCT Boxing and IFL TV. I'm joined by Michael Conlan here in Brisbane ahead of his fight with Jarrett Owens on Sunday. How you doing, mate?
Oh, good, mate. How are you?
Very well, thanks, mate. Very well. I understand you've been in Brisbane for a few days now. How are you finding the city?
It's been great. I've enjoyed it. It's a nice city. It's very welcoming, and it's been good. I've just been training away, so the weather's nice. It feels like I'm back in America.
This is actually our winter at the moment.
I know.
So
it's crazy, isn't it?
It does get
I wouldn't mind this happening maybe like in Belfast. It would be nice to have a winter like this.
Well, it's not too cold in LA, obviously. I understand.
It's kind of probably a bit warmer at the minute because it's starting to come in the summer. It's going to get a lot warmer, but I think this is kind of our spring weather.
So getting ready for what will be your third professional fight. How's training camp been so far?
Training camp's been great as always. It's been tough, really tough, but at the same time I've enjoyed it. I feel this is kind of the first camp I've enjoyed the full camp. Obviously camp is always tough, but I feel like I've learned a lot in this camp, especially after the last fight, even though it was only a few weeks ago. But at the same time, I feel like I've just been progressing all the time since I've been in the gym.
Yeah, so even between your first and second fights, there was some fairly noticeable differences in your style, and looked a lot more comfortable in that second fight. Is there any sort of major stylistic changes that we can expect to see on Sunday?
Listen, no. It's all steady progress, little by little. There's nothing huge like I need to kind of change right away. It's all just going to take time over time to beat a complete article. But I feel like I'm on the right track. I've worked on a lot of things, still like controlling the pace, controlling the distance, and taking my time and getting people out of there.
And so you're coming up against Jarrett Owen. Have you seen much of him on YouTube? Have you done much research on Jarrett yourself?
I've just watched a few videos. I let the coach kind of do the business on that side and come in with kind of a plan or tactics. And it just is what it is. I just gotta go in there. I've seen him. He's a game fighter. He's going to come forward. He's aggressive, a bit wild with a head, but I know what to do. I've been boxing guys like him all my life, so it's just another day in the office for me. I'm not underestimating anybody. I've full respect toward them for getting in the ring, but come fighting in, I'm going to do the job.
And obviously this fight's in Brisbane. Your last fight was in Chicago and New York before that, so a bit of a globe trotter at the moment. Where can we expect to see you out next?
I'm unsure. It's looking like Boston, so I think Boston September time could be after this. Or even could possibly be back in England when Hughie Fury fights Joseph Parker and Terry Flanagan fights Felix Verdejo, two top-ranked fighters. So there's a possibility that could happen. And then obviously Belfast at the end of the year.
As you mentioned, Joe Parker there, he's part of Duco Promotions who are putting on this show here, and obviously massive news in Australia and New Zealand. What do you know of Joe Parker? Have you seen much of him?
Yeah, I actually remember him. He was in the come-off games in 2010, wasn't he? I remember him then. I've watched him since. He's a very good fighter. He's tough. Like every Kiwi is, they're tough guys, and he comes to win every time. And he'll be a tough test for Hughie Fury, and if Hughie Fury can come through, it says something because Joe's a world champion, and he's rightly so a world champion. So I feel out of the big guys at the minute, I would feel he'd probably be the weaker of the champions, but still very dangerous.
It's an exciting division at the moment. Obviously, we saw Joshua and Klitschko in an amazing fight in Wembley. Mentioned Hughie Fury. Obviously, his cousin Tyson is due back at some point, potentially on that card as well. Is sharing a bill with Tyson Fury something you'd be keen to do?
100%. He's just entertainment tasting and a fantastic fighter, and if he was on the bill, it would be exciting. He would always bring the crack, and you'll be happily going to press conferences because you'd be wanting to hear him talk some shit to people.
Definitely. And with regards to yourself, will we see you back? Will we see you fighting in Belfast anytime soon? I know there's a talk of your brother fighting in December.
There's talk of me having a show in December. Yeah, Jamie as well. Hopefully Jamie has a world title and he'll be the main event, and that would be something I would love to happen.
And so Belfast boxing's on a real high at the moment. Had Ryan Burnett obviously win his world title last weekend. Carl Frampton, obviously the big name, I suppose, in Belfast over the last few years. What is it about Belfast that brings out these type of fighters?
I don't know. I think we're all small, and we all probably have a bit of small man syndrome. I don't know. We're all in the later divisions, but it's thriving. Everybody in Belfast is seeing what Carr's done, what Ryan's doing at the minute, what Jamie's done, what everybody's doing, and they're all kind of pushing each other to get to that kind of stage and wanting to be in Carr's position, to say, because he'd say he's probably the highest of them all at the minute. And it's great for every fighter in Belfast, and the exposure it's getting. I think it's just bringing more people to boxing and kind of inspiring the next generation.
It's Irish, that Irish fighting spirit. And obviously another Irish fighter which we know has a massive fight coming up is Conor McGregor, who obviously came out with you in your first fight. I know you know well. Yeah. What's your reaction to that fight being made, and say, have you spoken to Conor about it much since then?
Listen, I kind of knew it was going to get made for a long time now, and I'm delighted for him. He's going to make a lot of money in this fight. Floyd's going to make a lot of money, and it's going to be something I'm definitely going to watch. I think anything can happen in boxing. I'm not going to say who I'm going to pick to win, but listen, Floyd's been almost unbeatable, but anything can happen.
And I know a lot of people said, Floyd wins a lot of his fights before he even gets into the ring. Particularly at the tail end of his career, when
he's never going to win a top and shit match with Conor McGregor.
Well, that was the way I was coming on to.
Conor McGregor is just, he's on a different level when it comes to that, and that kind of affects people. So it could play an effect. I don't know, but it's hard to see the way it goes, because Floyd is almost unbeatable. Well, he has been unbeatable. And Conor is Conor, so he's going to come out and give it his all, and it would be funny if someone just kicked someone or something.
I think there's a few betting markets open for something like that. I think either way, the build up will be worth the pay-per-view in itself.
I'm excited. I wish him good luck. I asked him to try and get me on the show, but I haven't heard back from him, so I don't think it's going to happen. But it's crazy that he's gonna make. He's not even a boxer, and he's gonna make the biggest boxing payday other than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, there's a few people getting
especially
paid.
The biggest payday for a debut.
Yeah, most definitely the biggest debut the biggest payday for a debut I can think of. Yeah. With yourself, what's the plan for the rest of the week? Just sort of tapering down.
Shall I taper off now? Start to focus in on the job. We've a big arena ahead here, and just look forward to the fight week. Enjoy it. It's been great seeing every Filipino from the Philippines actually in this hotel.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any rooms left after Manny's entourage.
Manny's entourage is huge, and it's great to be around. It's a fantastic kind of atmosphere to be around, because I'm on my third fight, and I'm fighting on Manny Pacquiao's undercard as one of the cool features. So it's going to be a special night, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Excellent. And just finally, so you mentioned they're fighting on Manny's undercard, and I know you got a good relationship with Bob Arum, who just bumped into downstairs. When you were discussing signing with Top Rank and who you're going to go with, was the law of fighting on Pacquiao's undercard mentioned in those discussions, and was that something you discussed?
The first fight they kind of wanted me to fight was on Pacquiao Jesse Vargas in November. I signed with him in September, and they says, do you want to fight on Pacquiao's card in September? And I says, I would love to, but I don't think it's the right time. I want. They said about the debut first, St. Patrick's Day debut, and I says that's what I want. There's no point in me jumping in too quick, because I've got to go over, start training on Manny, and kind of get adjusted the program. There's no point in rushing things, so I focused on my own debut first, and then obviously I've always wanted to box. I just wanted to be there for a Pacquiao fight, and then the first time I'm going to be at a Pacquiao fight, I'll be on the undercard. And it's special. He's been one of my favourite fighters for the last decade, kind of. It's longer since he came up to the scene, yeah. And someone I always watched and admired. And I love his style. I love his personality outside the ring, and how he handles himself. So it's a complete honour. And I was told anyway when I was working with Top Rank, when it said I was going to start working with Top Rank, that these nights would be coming. Pacquiao undercard, big fights in Vegas, all this stuff. So I'm just looking forward to enjoying the ride now.
So a debut at the Garden's not a bad way to kick things off.
I don't think there'll be another debut like it apart from
Connor's, yeah.
From Connor's,
So you're doing well. All right, well, I'll let you go. I appreciate your time. We'll catch up with you a few times during the week. And say good luck with everything else until Sunday. And so we'll catch up with you then. Cheers, mate. Thanks, mate.